my grief, and I will be. You will see your morning shine, your morning shine. Come on, girl, be my world, and let me in your life. I love your walk and the way you talk. Come on, girl, be mine. Come on, girl, come on, girl. Come on, girl, girl. Come on, girl, won't you love and be mine, mine? And I will do, anything for you, for you. Come on, girl, be mine, mine. Love is blind, will ask your mind. Grown ass man, gonna hold your hand. The world can see we are here. They want you to me, they want you to me. Come on, girl, come on, open your world. Don't you waste my time, please. Said I love your smell and your fancy nails. So come on, girl, be mine. Come on, girl, come on, girl. Come on, girl, girl. Come on, girl, won't you love and be mine, mine? And I will do anything for you, for you. Come on, girl, be mine. Ba-da-ba, mine. Ba-da-ba-da. Come on, girl, be mine, mine. Ba-da-ba, be mine. Sada-sada, sada. Come on, girl. Sada-sada, sada, girl. Be mine, mine. Come on, girl.
Once upon a time there was a little girl. She was her daddy's joy, she was her daddy's world. Life was playful, life was innocent, and life was pink. Anything she wanted was within her reach. Where did I go? Oh, oh, where did I go? Once upon a time there was a blushing bride. She was fun and she was fit, she didn't worry a bit. Everything was going according to plan. She had her future and she had the man. Where did I go? Oh, at the end of the day. Am I coming? Am I going? Am I here to stay? Can I give back what I have left behind and make the future mine? So many questions at the end of the day. Am I coming? Am I going? Am I here to stay? But when I look into my daughter's eyes, I see my reflection still running wild. And there I go. Oh, and there I go. Oh, 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 and there I go. Yeah, and there I go. Life is playful, life is innocent. Once upon a time there was a little girl.
Well, welcome back. This is G.E. Shaw, Sime Mixlr Radio 24/7. Coming to you with Ronnie Deshay, the evening hour, and Sime Mixlr tonight. We'll be back in just a few minutes. You might want to check us out. We're Sime Mixlr Radio. We are hosted on the Spreaker Network. What we do, we bring you the best musicians of the indie world. If you want to hear music such as Candy Rose, the best, or other music such as Zena Lawrence. Well, I got a new program set up, so we're going to see how this works. We have hip-hop, we have rock, country. We'll see. So, could be an epic failure again once more. We don't know. We bring it on from the indie world. It's pure, straight performance. So, you got anything you want to talk about before I get into some other things?
I don't know. What kind of award do you want tonight?
Hey, whatever you want to give me. There's a couple things I do want to announce, but hey, we do what we always do. We improvise. Okay.
Now there was that school shooting a few days ago.
That's what one of the topics are I'm going to be talking about. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. If you want to hear more music, like Candy Rose, Zena Lawrence, you need to come and check us out. We are all here for you. We're about you. We're about our fans. We're about people who are looking for a platform to speak, to talk, to bring their own opinion that they feel like it would never be heard anywhere else. This is who we are. We are Sime Mixlr Radio. Check us out. You can also check us out on our website, sime.today. This is G.E. Shaw. Check it out, will you?
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
Well, we'll be back with more music for everybody out there. I know y'all wanted to hear the music. You don't want to hear me. I got you. But you got to hear me for a moment. This is G.E. Shaw. And we got Sime Mixlr 24/7 coming to you live with Ronnie Deshay. Yes, Ronnie Deshay has just came into the show. Say hi, Ronnie.
Hello.
And before we get into some other stuff, I just want to say, rest in peace, Mr. Clint Walker, star of the TV series from back in our day, Cheyenne, who died at the age of 91. If anybody know or follow Westerns, I used to follow Cheyenne. Pretty good actor, pretty good guy. So, anything else? Talk to Rodney.
Oh, it's just tragic, though. I mean, the man was old. It shouldn't surprise me, but some of these guys, you know, you just think they're going to live forever.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard about it myself. But and the funny thing about it is I actually was just watching him this morning and yesterday morning. It was on TV on what they call HSV, or all I know is they show a lot of old westerns.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reliving those days with Mr. Cheyenne. What was that guy? Was he a bounty hunter? Can't remember. It was that. No, He was a wrangler. Wrangler, that's what he was.
Yeah, I think so.
But he always got himself into a lot of different issues, you know, different things. Stand-up guy. That's the way, at least that's the way the character portrayed him and everything. But he always had a lot of women, though, around. I tell you. Those are the old shows. And to me, I used to love the old shows. I mean, they're making a comeback. I'll be watching a lot of them. There's Maverick, High Chaparral. I mean, how many people remember Bonanza, man? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was one of the favorites too, you know, Bonanza, with all his sons and everything. What I used, and I still miss, is, I guess that's why I fell in love. Well, I ain't gonna say I fell in love. It's like I fell in love materialistically and everything. But I did like Seattle. I remember the show that came out many, many years ago when I was a little toddler growing up. The city of Seattle. It was what the heck their names?
Here Comes the Brides?
Here Come the Brides, yeah. And all the brothers.
Yeah.
What was that song? Here Come the Brides. Well, it's okay. I don't want to sing. I might hurt somebody. So, got that out of the way. Excuse me. There's 3 topics that's interesting tonight. Well, in my case, since I delve into everything social, everything's interesting me. But I'm going to try to minimize what we talk about tonight. Okay, folks? Yes. But, first thing on the list, and this is more of a question than me just jumping all over people. Are we starting to see a more, or is it just my imagination, a rash of high school shootings taking place all across the world and across America? Tell me, what do you think? I mean, anybody out there listening, if they want to chime in on this, you can give us a call, 253-617-5525, or you can text us on Messenger or the same number. So what do you think, Ronnie?
Well, I'll tell you something. After the last one, I was Googling it, and I saw something. I don't know I'm assuming this is true. There's no reason for it not to be true, but it was really kind of freaky. According to what I read, this particular shooting was the 22nd school shooting in 2018. We're like 5 months in.
Yeah,
5 months.
that's correct.
And there's been 22 school shootings already.
Yeah, and here's the sad thing. We're just in May. We're not even halfway through the year yet. We're just barely into the second quarter. So, now here's the thing that got me. Now, I haven't researched it, and you know I will after this show is over with. But one of the questions that came out is that most of these shootings, now I'm trying to find the article first, but I might not be able to, so I might have to come back and check it out later. But, let me get my mic right, get it up here. I don't want to drive people crazy with my crazy, squeaky, at times, voice, because I'm losing my voice. Maybe because I'm screaming. Maybe because I'm screaming too much. I don't know. But one of the articles that I read, and I can't find it now, suggests that most of these shootings are occurring in small towns. And that's the reason for a lot of these shootings. Because they're in small towns. So what they're suggesting, and I'm not making light of this, or I'm not making a statement to the point that that's okay. But the point is, because I want to look at references behind that, But to say that most of these shootings are just occurring in small towns, to me, is taken away from the real problem. There are shootings in high school with high school teenagers, okay? And whether it's a small town or a bigger city or metropolitan area, which to me, I think it's just as many shootings going on in bigger cities as it is in smaller cities or small towns. I don't know what are they using for a reference to that or demographics, but the point is we're getting guns into the schools. The point is we're taking innocent lives. The point is many of these individuals are subjected to friendly fire, if you want to put it that way. Because some of these individuals who are dying are not part of the vigilante issue where people are being targeted. And to sit there and say that they're just going in there, now, don't get me wrong. There are random shootings. I'm not going to say it's not going on. But majority of the time, these individuals have a target or have targets in mind. And most of them, let's face it, maybe just picked up a gun recently, or maybe had a gun for maybe a month or two, or just randomly was able to get one and just go after the person they're looking for. The point I'm getting across is half these people don't know how to use a gun properly, number one. That's one of the reasons for all these shootings where other individuals are getting shot. Now, I don't mean I'm diminishing that, because I'm not. But the point is we need to stop the influx of guns into the school, because that's where the problem is coming in. The guns are going from point A to point B into point C, being the high schools. So, what do we do here?
Well, I'll tell you, I, for one, am all in favor of putting metal detectors at the doors and having armed security personnel on the campus. But whenever that gets brought up, you get all these parents saying, "Oh my goodness, I don't want little Johnny living in a war zone. If he goes to school and has to walk through a metal detector, he's going to be so traumatized." Well, I'm guessing little Johnny might be more traumatized if he was dead.
Okay, that's not funny, but you're right. But see, you made a valid point. Now, here's the thing. Are you going to be more traumatized because you being, going through an extensive detail as, check, with the metal detectors and everything else? Or would you rather be traumatized to the point where a shooting occurs and you can't go on with your life from that point on? I mean, let's face back. And I don't have the statistics here right now, but I will get them. But the point is, I think that more people who are more emotionally and mentally unstable after an event where someone's shot, or either they were close to an individual, than it is being traumatized because you have to go through a metal detector. Okay?
Oh, exactly.
So, for all the parents out there, and look, I understand. It creates a stigma, I guess. But look, that's the type of stigma I don't have a problem with. I mean, let's face it. We live with all types of stigmas. Gender stigmas, with the LGBT and all them. Race stigmas. Okay?
Disability stigmas.
Cultural. So, we live with all types of stigmas. I really don't think being stigmatized by your son or daughter going through a metal detector is going to be a long existing problem. That's my take. Anybody else? If you got anything else to say, give us a call.
What do you think, Rodney?
Well, what I think is so interesting is every time something like this happens, and I'm going to broaden this out a little bit to, include like the mall shootings, or the theater shootings, because there have been a few of those. Every time something like this happens, people get righteous and start screaming that all the guns need to be taken away, or that all of this new criteria needs to be put out to make it harder to get a gun. What they're not looking at is a lot of these people, they're buying their guns on the street, they're getting them from their parents, they're not going to a gun shop and buying guns, but yet they still have guns. So everybody's focusing on the weapons. Nobody's really focusing on how to maybe secure the places where these people tend to go. I mean, there have been nightclubs that I've been going into for years where they have a security guy that will pat you down when you walk into the club. And if you don't want to get patted down, you don't enter, okay? Not the same as having a metal detector, but it's still effective. Because, there's a lot of nightclub shootings as well. So, those places, those nightclubs clearly know that there is a security issue, and they're taking steps to protect their patrons from these nutbirds that might be on a mission. So we're okay with that, but we're not okay with pat-downs or metal detectors at our schools, at our malls, at our theaters, because I can guarantee you the first time that they put up a metal detector at a school and little Johnny comes home and says, "Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm walking into a prison," that parent is probably going to sue the school district. Instead of saying, "Gee, Johnny, these people are taking steps to make sure that you stay alive to graduate," oh no, they're going to rise up righteous, they're going to sue the school district or whatever they have to do to get rid of that metal detector so that Johnny doesn't feel like he's walking into a prison. And I don't think people are looking at these options in the right way.
Well, you have a point. I don't know why I said coin. Maybe I'm thinking about money, but
I have no coins.
See, well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what when I was going through my little rant, is the fact that we're more concerned about stigma, about how we're gonna look, more than what our safety is gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? So I just I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to remember, when I was coming up, and guns were prevalent back then, but it wasn't all about, going into school, I'm going to kill somebody with a gun. Most of the time it was, I'm going to go into school with a baseball bat, or I'm going to go into school with my fist and polarize somebody. I'm not suggesting that's the best way to do things either, but let's be real, okay? Fists never, for the most part, never killed nobody, okay?
Right.
I even seen people get knocked upside the head with a bat, okay? And it's not funny, but the fact of the matter is, these are weapons too, your fists are weapons depending on who using them. But the point is, for the most part, they survive.
Right.
It gotten to a point now, if you want to be somebody special or be somebody of important, it's what kind of gun I have, or how big a gun I have, or I got 2 of them, so-and-so got 3, we're going to go blast the world. And the problem with that is, like you said, is for the most part, they're not getting them out of a gun shop. They're not getting them from, some of your local stores, superstores that might carry them. They're getting them off the street.
Yep.
And let's be real about it, and I would hate to say that, but the ones that coming off the street, they're coming in from other countries.
Yep.
Okay, now that's a different subject for another day. Because I get into that one, we're gonna probably be talking for a while, and possibility me and you might be on the front of the 10 o'clock news tonight. So we're gonna leave that for a different day. But the fact of the matter is, they coming from the street, and they coming in from other countries. And let's face it, I'll put this out there though. For the most part, it's not. I would not suggest that our country, our government, our elitist administrative departments around the world are allowing this, but they are coming in. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about it. I'm not suggesting anything, but I just remember back in the day when they used to always say drugs was the problem, and they were coming in from another place too, and there was always that problem where, well, so and so Johnny had this Columbia Gold or this and that, and we don't know where he's getting it from. And I'm thinking, people, come on, really, wake up. You know where it's coming from. You just don't want to open your mouth and say anything. And I understand. I really do. But you know where a lot of it's coming from.
Yep.
So, like I said, I'll probably get mail tomorrow in the inbox telling me that you're some crazy old man, don't know what you're talking about. So, I'm already looking for those conversations and those emails, because here lately I've been getting a lot of them like that. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe because of the fact, I guess I'm getting out there more, but I'm getting them from a lot of places, and not just in the United States. But that's a different subject for a different day. And I'm trying to bring up my other couple computers here, because there's a couple things I also want to talk about. Oh, I do want to talk about this, because I know you into football and all that good stuff, correct?
A little bit.
Oh, come on. Just because Richard Sherman is not around, okay, doesn't mean that you don't watch football, because we all know you do. Okay, I know, but we also know how much you miss Richard Sherman.
Yes, I do.
So, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to mourn the fact that he's not here no more, and then we're gonna talk about just a little bit about the NFL and sports.
Okay.
And here is something I really think is interesting. Now we are what? We'll be in May, and about another month or so from now, we're gonna be getting closer to training camp. Preseason, all that good stuff. So here's the thing. It was just reported in the news. Now, it might have been yesterday, it might have been a couple of days ago, but I just got it. And guess what? At the apex of this is, you know who? Jerry Jones. Who comes out. I guess this is what got me. We're not even into the heart, okay, of the football season. Haven't even reached preseason or even a preseason game. And the comment is already coming out, Mr. Jerry Jones, and I'm going to make sure I read this correctly, because I don't want to make any assumptions on Mr. Jerry. We all know Jerry got money and everything. And I don't know what the heck is that. So let me see where that's coming from. Oh, okay, I know where it's coming from. Coming from our video. Yeah, we don't want to hear that right now, do we? No, I don't think so. Jerry Jones made a comment that on the national anthem debate again. Yeah. We know our fans want us to focus. We know our fans want us to focus on football. Well, see, here's the problem with that, Jerry. As long as we have NFL owners, coaches, whatever the case may be, bringing up this subject every 5 or 10 seconds or even a minute, we're going to keep focusing on the national anthem. Look, all right, let me put it this way. Once the season was over, I actually kind of forgot all about the national anthem, the fans rioting supposedly and hating the players and whatever the case may be because they're on their knees or standing or crossing their arms or whatever the case was. I kind of more or less went to the back of my mind on that one. I figured, hey, that was 2017. It was a crazy year, let's face it. We had seen a lot of crazy things happen. Our president was at the forefront of a lot of it. So I just figured, hey, it's just one of those years as he takes office and try to, lay down whatever his plan is for the country. I'm still trying to figure out what that platform really is, but that's for a different day. But the point is, when you're not even into the season. You're 2 months out, and you already started talking about the national anthem. Okay? Now, I don't know what these players are going to do this year. I don't know who's going to advocate for more social justice. The point of the matter is, we're in a social problem right now with some serious, and we do got some serious social issues going on. But
yes, we do.
I'm not going to start off America's second pastime to me. Well, actually, I think it's third, 'cause I like basketball better than Sorry about that, people, but I'm a ball player, but I do love football. I love my Chiefs. You love your Seahawks. We see what happens. But the thing is, I'd rather sit around and talk about real sports. My team, your team, where people are going, how we're going to look, players leaving or going, the draft, all that. I'm not really into the problematic issue of is so-and-so going to stand or kneel or put his arms up. The problem is there's an issue. It's going to be there until we as a country decide to get together and figure out what we need to do to solve it. And I don't have a problem with what's going on. I think we do got some issues and we need to settle it. But I'm not going to start off the season dealing with who's going to kneel and who's going to do the right thing. Because, to be quite honest, I don't know. You don't know how things are going to work this season. I don't know what they're going to do. Hey, for all I know, they all might strike. And then there goes the football season. See, so, look, I'm going to put it to you this way. We all know football, the NBA, the NFL, even baseball, is a multi-billionaire organization that makes serious money for everybody. Now, if you go by a good friend of mine, which I wish he was on here today, but he wasn't, who always said, if you don't like it, go create your own league and go play in it. I wish that could happen. I wish that was true. But the reality is the NFL the evolution came about from back in the day. Okay? I would rather see, be quite honest, if there's going to be a lot of talk about it. See, here's the thing. I don't hear a lot of pastime greats jumping out into this because they have their opinions. And you know what? I would rather listen to them because they set the pavement, the trend for how things are today. Okay? They took a lot of crap, both African Americans and owners and whoever was playing the game. Even Caucasians who befriended certain people because they were human beings. All right? And they took grief for that. All right? So I would rather listen to them than listen to all the crap that's going on now because, let's face it, you did not live back then. You don't know what was going on. And I'm not going to sit there and say, you know what? So-and-so is going to get on his knees and he's going to ask for an all-out strike. We don't know that. Jerry Jones don't know that. So why don't you just stick to playing and coaching and being an owner of the Dallas Cowboys? And let's just wait and see what happens. That's my opinion, and I'm G.E. Shaw. So, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I still find it disrespectful, and I don't feel that it's the appropriate place. I really don't. You're there to play a football game. You need to play your football game. What I don't understand is all of these owners that and the mucky mucks that go on and on about how, well, we don't agree with it, but we don't have the right to tell them any different. Okay, I don't understand this. They have the right to tell these players that they can't wear a certain thing on their uniforms that might stand for something. You know, there was one player at one point in time that was wearing something for breast cancer awareness, and they made him take it off. Things like that. You know, their own personal statements for whatever causes they're trying to present and support, and they get told they can't do it. But when it comes to something like this, all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, we can't tell them no. But if that's the case, then you can't tell them no just because he's wearing a breast cancer awareness ribbon around his wrist and you don't like it. Well, apparently you can't tell him no then. There was another one, if you remember, I read a whole list of them a few months ago when all of this was going on. They were wearing different colored cleats to support something, and they were not allowed to. They've been told, you know, that they can't wear T-shirts after the games when they're doing those little post-game interviews. They can't wear T-shirts in support of causes. You know, so, I mean, all these things that they're being told by the higher-ups that they can't do, okay, that's fine if that's how you feel, but if that's the case, I don't want to hear we can't tell them that they have to stand for the anthem, because apparently you can tell them any darn thing you want. So I just find that very duplicitous on the part of the powers that be. You know, you can't pick and choose. It's like my friend John, you know, he's very anti-death penalty, adamantly anti-death penalty, but I asked him one time, I said, if somebody, you know, kidnapped, molested, tortured, and murdered one of your sons, how would you feel about the death penalty? And John said, oh, that bucker would fry. Well, no, you can't have it one way and then the other way when it suits you. If you're going to take a stand, you take a stand. Did I say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We did try to bleep that. Bleep, bleep, okay?
I'm sorry. I normally keep such a watch on my little lip. But, I mean, if you're going to take a stand, that's fine, take a stand. If you're going to say you guys cannot promote this or you can't represent that, that's fine. But do it across the board then. You know, just be consistent.
Well, see, that's the thing.
I mean, because when they say we don't like it, but we can't tell them no, apparently you can.
Well,
so I don't want to hear we don't like it, but we can't.
Well, see, that's the thing. Basically, you just brought it up again. It's the double standards we have in this society. We say what we can't do and we shouldn't do, but we allow other things to happen. And we give mixed signals. Hell, we give mixed signals not only to what we're doing in business or entertainment or whatever. We're doing the same thing with our kids. So it's one thing to say, well, it's disrespectful, but then you turn back around and say, okay, it's okay for you to wear certain clothing because that's not disrespectful. Disrespectful. Sorry about that. So what was it? A few months ago about they were talking about the Klan, and it was okay for them to wear or portray something, but yet still, when they was doing a march, that was wrong. So I'm trying to figure out, is it based on your point of view? Is that what we're looking at? Or is it based on the point of view of where the power is at the time, or where the money is at the time? Because
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Say what?
I said, I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
You know, and here's the thing. Unless you're naive to believe, and I'm not saying everybody's naive, I think here's part of the problem, and I had the discussion, hell, I even had this discussion 2 or 3 years ago when I was working on it might have been, about 3 years ago when I was working on my master's degree. And that topic came up. And the fact of the matter is, we say that the power is equal. We say that the equity is equal. We say equality is equal. We say all these things has changed. But in reality, the only thing is changed is the classification by how we look at things. We don't look at things more in black and white as far as black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. We look at it now in classism on how and who has the right power and the right amount of money. And that determines where we are now. So things have evolved, but just like anything else, criminals has evolved. They evolved from just being straight out criminals to organizations that know how to be businesslike and still create the criminal act. Okay? I mean, let's be real about it. If you believe that they all went away, then you're very, very naive. The fact of the matter is, nobody went away. They just became more educated, and they figure out what they can do. No, let me rephrase that. They know how to articulate what they want to do and not get caught, okay? Because they put you into this web of legal jargon and let their high-priced attorneys take care of that. So we see less prominent figures going to jail who deserve to go there, prison, and the ones who are basically their little stooges wind up doing the time. So things hasn't changed. Things have evolved. And unless we catch up with evolution in that regard, all we're doing is putting one figurehead in front of another figurehead and calling it a day. That's basically what we're doing.
Right.
And we'll be back in, I'd say, about 3 or 4 minutes. This is G.E. Shaw. This is Ronnie Deshay. And this is the new Mixlr Radio 24/7. I got too crazy on that damn thing this time. Netflix. Netflix is starting to be more and more of a bigger player in online streaming, online TV, online radio, wherever you want to look at it. To a point, I think they are starting to become a big player with, I don't know if they're going to be a big player with, you know, the big national platform like CBS, ABC, they've been around for a while. But like, when you look at all your other syndicated networks like TNT and all of them, Netflix starting to become a bigger player. Same thing with Amazon. They trying to get into that field. Hulu's already tried to do it. But Netflix just signed a multi-million-dollar deal, contract. Well, we know like David Letterman. He's on Netflix. But here's the one that just came in. And I'm trying to
say the words, but what comes to mind right now, terrorist attack.
you know the Obamas, right? Not just Barack, but Michelle too. Just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix. They're partnering up with it. And according to what I'm reading, some of the things coming in, this ain't no just, hey, we want to do it because I think we'll be great at it because we're Obama. You know, they have a serious platform, a serious agenda, and a thing behind it. There's going to be some series, they're going to be scripted, there's going to be some unscripted ones. They also looking at docu-series, and also movie features. So what I'm thinking happened is, I think this was already in the plan before Obama decided that, you know, once he knew his days were over with. So I'm curious. I'm interested. I know there was the one David Letterman had that presented, I think back in January, no, back in March. Which is how I knew a little more about it. But it's being tweeted out now, and it's being, I guess, confirmed that the Obamas are evidently, Michelle has always had she had wrote a lot of memoirs in regards to that, and a lot of those memoirs are going to be published on Netflix. Yep, so that's what I'm going to talk about in a minute.
Well, I guess everybody's going commercial.
Hey. This is Papa's Thatch. Shallow Water.
You brought me to my knees. I came to you with all my time. Still you look at me.
The Obamas.
Like everything's
alright. History once again.
You said you'd go your own way to feed your appetite. Well, don't come crawling back my way, because I'm off to a better life. You said all the life that I offer, you'd rather drown in the shallow waters than try. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Maybe it's time to see all the things you've done to me, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Now the truth unfolds. You thought that you could do better than me. You know I'm standing tall. I'm feeling just fine without you. You said all the life that I offered, you'd rather drown in the shallow waters than try. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under. I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Maybe it's time to see all the things you've done to me. I don't wanna drown in your shallow Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Maybe it's time to see all the things you've done to me, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Yeah, I don't wanna drown in your shallow water.
And that was Papa Satch, Shallow Water. And we're back with Miss Ronnie Deshay, the author, writer, and all around good person. So, as we were talking about, the Obamas are making news again. They're partnering up with Netflix and with a multi-million-dollar deal. And so we all know, you talk about multi-millionaire, you're talking about more than 1 year. So I'm looking forward to it. I got to say, hey, congrats. I'll congratulate you. Hey, I'm curious. My interest is up. I want to see where they want to go with this. I know Michelle supposedly quotes, the former First Lady has a memoir which she has described as a deeply personal experience coming out in November, titled Becoming. So I'm curious. I'm waiting for it. I have always been fascinated by the First Lady, so I'm looking forward to it. On other fronts, outside of Mr. Jerry Jones, that is, I think there was a Democratic election for a seat that was, I take it, won by, what's her name, Staley, or the case may be, the first African woman looking to become governor of that particular state. And I don't know what that state is. I'm sorry about that. I will rectify that. Correctify, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. The Archbishop to step down after conviction. There was a problem with that, and now it looks like the Archbishop is stepping down. I don't want to get into that right now, because if I get into it, it's going to be, we'll be here for the next 3 hours talking about that. What else is going on? Trump rallies abortion opponents to vote for Republicans. Yeah, Trump rallies abortion opponents. I want to make sure you understand that. Rallies abortion opponents to vote for Republicans. So what do you think about that?
Well, okay. As I understand it, aren't Republicans basically anti-abortion?
Yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't he rally abortion opponents to vote for Republicans?
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird. You're already anti-abortion. So are you actually saying you're trying to find Democrats to cross over and vote Republican? Is that what you actually saying? Because I don't get the logic behind that. He said,
if that's what he's doing, it's a smart move, really. For example, I am pro-abortion. I believe that a woman has the right to do what she wants to do with her own body. And I'm not saying that I don't think abortion is murder, because I do. You're killing an unborn child, but I believe that that is between that woman and God when the time comes. It's not for me to tell her that she can't do this, okay? So I don't necessarily think that, and the thing is, if abortion isn't legal, then we're going back to the days of the back alley abortionists with the coat hangers, going back to the girls that are having their boyfriends punch them in the stomach, hoping that they'll miscarry the baby. I mean, these are the days we're going back to if abortion isn't legal. So I am pro-abortion for a lot of reasons, even though I don't necessarily agree with it, okay? So if I was trying to find a way to get Democrats to vote Republican, abortion is a pretty high-ticket item. And if you're saying, you know, abortions are anti-Republican, I mean, Republicans are anti-abortion and you're anti-abortion, rather than have all of these quote-unquote, you know, free-thinking Democrats who are saying, you know, that abortion is okay. If you're against abortion, why not vote for the people who agree with you? So it's actually a smart thing that he's doing.
It might be, yeah, okay. It might be smart, but do you actually think you're going to get that type of crossover?
Actually, I do. I mean, I don't know how much of a crossover he's going to get, but I know that there's a lot of people out there on both sides of the political coin that are anti-abortion. So you've already got the Republican anti-abortionists voting for your Republican people. You need to get the Democrats. And if you can make it a big enough deal about, you know, abortion is murder and this, that, and the other thing, then, yeah, I think you might actually be able, because right now especially, I think the people on both sides of the coin are kind of disillusioned with political parties. And I think they're kind of at a place where they're not sticking as hard and fast to their political side. Because if they were, I think we would have what's-her-face in office instead of Trump. I think Hillary would have won. I think people are, at this point, not necessarily just saying, I'm Democrat, I have to vote Democrat straight down the ticket, the way my parents always did when it came time to vote, although they were Republicans. But I think people are feeling now more like, I'm going to vote for the person who is going to give me what I want, who's going to do the things with this country that I would do with this country. And I think if that person happens to be on the other side of the coin, I think they're more willing right now to vote that way.
Well, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I just, with me personally, what I look at is not whether or not you're anti-abortion. Because you're saying that, you know, most of them, you shouldn't take a life and all that. You're pro-abortion, and, you know, and the other one's saying where it's wrong. See, my thing is this. Are you looking... I look at one thing. It's just his credibility, his reasoning for why he's doing this. And if it's because he has a change of heart or not, it's what I look at. So I'm not saying that it's not a good thing he's trying to do, trying to reach out. But in doing so, I'm just weary of why and the ramifications behind it. I guess that's what I'm looking at. Because, like everybody said, this was quoted. This came out of who is this? Associated Press. Jill Colvin, who states Trump has long been an unlikely sweetheart for conservative and evangelical voters. But now, in the lead up to the midterm elections, the thrice married former Democrat, who used to describe himself as a very pro-choice, has been offering catnip to conservatives. That's a good way to put it.
Well,
that's a very good way to put it.
I want to throw something in right here, going back to something you said before. You have to have a heart before you can change it. And it's been proven time and time again that Trump does not. So I don't know if a change of heart is really what might have brought this on. I think he's looking at this strictly through the eyes of how to accomplish something that he wants. I think I'm not exactly sure, which Republicans he's trying to get elected, but he is looking at it as a business as he looks at everything.
Right.
And if he thinks that he can accomplish something in his own benefit by getting these people elected, then I think that is the sole motive for what he's doing.
Yes, and I agree with you there. And that's why I guess bad choice where I said that change of heart. Somehow I don't see that as a change of heart with him. Then more so a business deal or an agreement to justify what he needs to justify. And that's kind of sad that I'll put this in a more organizational type business plan, but the fact of the matter is, that's the way, to me, his mind works. His mind doesn't work, at least to me, for humanity. It just don't. That's just my opinion. There's probably a lot of people out there think I'm wrong and probably want to hang me for what I just said. But I just, me, personally, I look at certain things and I think I talked about this with a friend of mine a little while back, a couple of days ago. I just see too many similarities between what he's trying to do and what Reagan did back during his term. There's a lot of similarities that both these guys have in common. Now, I would never go to the extreme that Reagan didn't have a heart, because Reagan, as far as I remember, had somewhat a resemblance of a heart. It was mainly pro-elitist to a certain degree, but he did have a heart. He didn't always, you never heard him go out there and just basically persecute women or gender. So, but there is a lot of similarities between him and what Trump's trying to do. And it always comes back to me, credibility. Is he credible? Is what he's saying credible enough for me to believe that's what he's trying to do? I don't know. I'm just one person. There's a many people out there you can change minds real quick. And here lately, Trump's been trying to change a lot of minds, or at least get a lot of crossover.
If you think about it, doing that is how he got elected. Because if everybody had voted by their ticket, then again, we would have had Hillary, because she had the popular vote. But I think what happened was he was able to get enough Democrats to switch over because he was saying what they wanted to hear, And so I think it worked for him once. He thinks he's going to make it work again, and he probably will.
Well, yeah, you're true about that. And I just put it this way. If it works once, and what's that saying? It's, if it works once, and I can keep doing it, then don't try to change it. Don't fix it. Let it work.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it's not broke, keep working.
Yep.
That's a terrible philosophy, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm kind of worried about that philosophy now, but we shall see. Another thing out there on the forefront, NFL players can now be ejected for helmet hits. Just thought I'd let you know. So if anybody out there that's a football fan, the NFL has just now stated, verbatim, If you hit with a helmet, you're gone. There's no ifs, buts about it, no pleading, you're gone. Simple as that. So, I'm curious to see how these injections are going to work. Because, let's face it, we are still a league of superstars and players. So, if a superstar, a big-time Pro Bowler and all that, hits with a helmet, are you going to justify that injection the same way you would justify the injection with a less known? And what I mean by that is, will the injection come with like maybe 3 game suspension compared to somebody who you don't know and he gets 8? I'm curious on how that's going to work out. Because we still, let's face it, this is a game that's all about what? The money, the bucks, the greenbacks, whatever you want to call it. That's what it's about. I like what the NFL is doing. I'm happy they're doing it. But we will see about that. Everything else that's going on out there, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. So I can't get to it all tonight on this show. We took care of the 3 major topics I wanted to look at and Miss Ronnie DeShay. But tomorrow, guess what we're going to talk about? New upcoming programs.
Really?
Yes. We got one, a good friend of mine. If you listen to it tomorrow, early afternoon, we're going to be running a couple of promos. It's Nico Fontaine and the World of the Paranormal. He has some podcasts on different shows. I actually listened to a couple of them. It was pretty good. Actually, pretty damn good. He has that Nico Fontaine charisma and persona like Miss Ryan DeShay does. You know, not like me, rough, scratchy, just say whatever comes out of my mouth and hope the FBI ain't waiting for me at the front door. Yeah. But hey, folks, that's me, G.E. Shaw. What can I say? But yeah, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. We also have another show called Raven's Corner, where we're going to talk about Tacoma, the surrounding areas, different restaurants, foods that we have been out to eat at, the delicacies, what we like about them, what we don't like about them. Hey, we're going to even talk about stuff that you probably don't even think about.
Speaking of which, I forgot to tell you. I got good news the other day. I went to, remember we were talking a few months ago about Spuds?
Yeah.
I went to Spuds, and there's a new manager. Well, actually, she's not a new manager. I guess she was the manager about 5 years ago. She left. The restaurant went into the sewer. So the owners called her and asked her to come back. And she told me that she's hoping in the next 2 or 3 months to be able to have it open for lunch again.
That's good.
That is awesome, I thought.
That's great. Actually,
I'm quite happy to hear that.
So that's the one that's right down, what, 2, 3, 4 blocks from you?
Yeah. 72nd Pacific, yeah.
So when are they gonna? So they're in the process of getting it open again.
Well, it's never been closed, but they've been closed for lunch. They open now at 4:00 in the evening, and so she's trying to get it back open for lunch. Is what she's doing.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And I'm quite happy about that because I like to take my computer in there and go for lunch and get some writing done.
Well, maybe we might do some location stuff there.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, maybe she might be up to doing some locations there.
She probably would. I kind of got the impression that she would be up to doing just about anything that would get her some, some airtime and some recognition.
Well, you know what? She'll get some airtime since basically we are on. Well, we will be going to Spotify. We're already on iHeartRadio, and last I heard, there's a possibility we might be going on iTunes. And forgot the other one. I got an email. I got to look at it. But it's time for me to brush up my charisma and get out there. But we will be. That's another thing. We will be doing location shows too coming this summer. As of right now, I think we have on the agenda at least 3, might be 4, depending on all the stuff I need and we need as a show to get into the Pride. I don't know how that works yet. I'm still waiting on a letter from them because I applied last year at this time. So have a little booth, a little station set up, radio stuff going on, music playing, all the good stuff.
At where?
Tacoma Pride.
Oh, okay.
A little table, a little booth. I was out there last year taking photographs and everything, and ran into one of the people out there that sponsors the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I didn't think of nothing of it at the time, but hey, it looks like something might happen. So if it does, I'm gonna be happy. Outside of that for the night, I think we're gonna be saying sayonara and getting ready for Sime Mixlr tonight in the music side. But if you have anything else to say before we get off, let the world know.
Well, I think I've said everything I need to say tonight.
Okay. Well, it's been nice having Miss Ronnie DeShay here. And we'll see her tomorrow. Don't forget, Paranormal, the world of the paranormal. We'll be talking about that show, Raven's Corner, and other new shows. Plus, I will be back with a pilot show on Friday night called Late Night with you know who, G.E. Shaw. This is G.E. Shaw, Ronnie DeShay, and this is the evening hour. See you tomorrow. Up next, we have John Fledge. We talk about Kitchen at 747.
Sometimes I wonder.
Okay, Ronnie.
I fly out into space. I could take a look at all the planets while going on a holiday. Haven't quite made it.
Actually,
So I'm sitting in the back flying coach.
one of the counselors.
Writing those out.
One of the people I knew from the Rainbow Coalition. Yeah, big time.
How
I wanted to know.
I'll be headed for a
I
star.
think I'll have photos for them and some of them.
Cruising on a slipstream.
But I thought about it.
And I'm slipping in a
I
fantasy.
thought about doing some shows.
Slipping out the atmosphere. Captain, fly us. I just wanna stay in motion. Take us higher, so I can see the gates of heaven. As I roll,
You know,
through galaxies. Find a home, find a home. I brought no carry-ons, 'cause I'm getting out of Earth for the future. 20 more hours till I'm getting off. Pop champagne when I get there. Got no round trip. Gonna buy a little house on the moon. When the airfare's a little bit cheaper, I'll buy one on Jupiter too. A little journey like this. Find us fortune and bliss. 'Cause what would you call it? story to tell. Captain, fly us. I just wanna stay in motion. Take us higher, so I can see the gates of heaven. As I roll, find a home, find a home.
My daughter would definitely love it. She follows RuPaul and all them, so yeah. I wouldn't have a problem with that. You know them pretty well?
Not really. I don't really know. I don't think really any of them. I mean, on a personal level, I know some of them are by name.
Yeah.
Captain, fly us. I just wanna stay in motion. Take us higher, so I can see the gates of heaven. As I roll, find a home, find a home. And if this plane comes crashing down from all the turbulence,
And if you are,
I'll be seated knowing how I stayed and burned with it. I stayed and burned with it.
I can hook you up with Forrest, who's involved with the court, and he can.
Bury me down, bury me
I might just go down there and set up and
halfway home.
Tully's closed down there, but they got a new shop there. And Tully's.
Got Rostam, stuttering.
The whole Tully's Corporation closed down.
Amsterdam Avenue, tottering, tumble.
I know in Pierce County are closed.
Tired of this city, tired of pretty.
But they got a new one. The one
taking
that
it,
used to
faking
be,
it, strung out on
I used to
pity.
open back up and get called the Boswell.
Find me with empty eyes. Day I try.
I know the man.
Bury me down, bury me halfway home, halfway to the ground.
You know, get a little food. I mean, it's not a movie. Got a nice table. I can set up everything.
Every day aching, tired and shaking.
We shall see. But
dried out dreams.
Part of the show out, and then I'll get back with you later.
Bone your names and broke down shame.
I'll see you like I always do.
Babylon, Bedlam, and Ricochet fame. Find me with empty eyes. Heavy as the day I died. past its time, all black and roses now. Your day is
This is The Best by Candy Rose, the remix.
Why do we hurt each other? So sick of crying and trying. There's no way it will last forever. And it kills me to admit we're not meant to be. You're with me but conceited, and soon you'll see. 'Cause Lord knows where you go when you're gone in your head when I'm next to you. I see you but you don't see me, and I go where you go if I knew how to follow you. Show me you lead, but I'm not where you want to be. I'm the best, you see this hustle alone. You can't see me up, have to smash me down. Our love has taken its toll, right? It's causing to get old. I got nothing left to get old, and I can't recall the last time I put a smile on your face. And you don't care if I'm happy, so I'm giving you space. 'Cause Lord knows where you go when you're gone in your head when I'm next to you. I see you but you don't see me, and I go where you go if I knew how to follow you. Show me you lead, but I'm not where you want to be. But I'm the best, you see. Yeah, I'm the best, and I'm tired, of trying, This love is exhausting, I'm calling tired. I'm so tired, 'cause you'll never realize. I'm so tired, 'cause you'll never realize. I was the best, I'm the best you ever had.
And that was Candy Rose, The Best. And this is G.E. Shaw signing out. We'll be back around 10 o'clock for Sime Mixlr Radio tonight. This is Let's Party, Ashley Hines, and The Driven. This is G.E. Shaw. Have a good night.
We up all night, can't get no sleep, so we hop in the Jeep and cruise down the street. Gotta listen to some beats just to clear my head. I look up the road, it's a party right ahead, so you know we're gonna be there. There's so many people there, it's looking like Times Square. The air's so light, it's taking me a flight. It's so carefree, it's gotta be right. As we walk to the party, no time to waste. Gotta hit the dance floor, that's the place. Turn to the left, turn to the right. Hit it old school, no time to fight. I wanna see everybody doing a dance. It don't matter what color, what race you is, just get up. Shake yourself, just come on. Take a chance, just slide to the left and slide to the right. Take a step forward, shimmy just right. Hear everybody say it's gonna be a good night. Yeah, a very, very good night. Now is the time. join the party. You know you wanna party, party.
We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home till the break of day. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home, so let's clear the way. Let's party, party. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home till the break of day. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home, so let's clear the way.
Strobe lights flashing, music blasting. Everyone dressed in the latest fashions. Get on the dance floor and let your hair down. Throw your hands up and wave them all around. All about love, never been about hate. This is a time to celebrate. Get 'em up, everybody put your hands up. Finna make you dance, go ahead, stand up. Relax, lose control. Let the sound waves move your soul. No time to think, don't second guess. Close your eyes and do your best. All the ladies shake that jelly. All the fellas count that fatty. Put your hands up if you came to party. Put your hands up if you came to party. Go ahead, rock your body all the way down to the floor. It's time to dance, right here's your chance. I'm the man who gotta sag my pants. All I need is the will to dance. Lights her beats fast and her bass down low. Now get up, stand up, enjoy the show. Come on, it's time to dance. Yeah, right here, it's your chance. Get up, stand up, enjoy the show. Let's go.
We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home till the break of day. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home, so let's clear the way. Let's party, party. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home till the break of day. We party all night, we party all day. We won't go home, so let's clear